Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a tow truck based on the Gravel D series. And yes, it is an actual functional tow truck. I'll explain exactly how it operates once I line it up, so just give me 1 second here to do a quick 180 with the truck to line it up with the other truck that I'm about to tow. And I should also put the parking brake on that truck, so that way, if I accidentally bump it, it doesn't roll down a cliff. Because if you're a tow truck operator and you total the car you went to pick up that wasn't even damaged, you're not going to be a tow truck operator. You're going to be fired. So anyways, the first thing you're going to do once you have it within reasonable range of the vehicle you want to pick up is hit the right blinker button, which will lower the tow hook. Then you're going to back it up some more until the tow hook or the rope is just about inside of the bumper of the vehicle you want to pick up. It can be a little bit in front of it or a little bit behind it, but about right here is a pretty good spot to try to aim for. And then you're going to hit the left blinker button to raise it. If everything goes according to plan, it should catch the vehicle just like that, and now we just got to take the parking brakes off, and away we go. Now, one thing to note though is the vehicle you're towing doesn't have any brakes on it of its own when you hit your brakes. So it's very easy to just keep hitting yourself, which is kind of funny for me to watch. Like, I just keep hitting myself with my own truck I'm trying to carry. It's also a good way to accidentally do wheelies, as you saw. I just did a massive wheelie here. This is only the i6 version of the truck. It doesn't even have that much power, but because all the weight's on the back like that, it can pull off some nice looking wheelies until I hit myself again because, well, I'm doing that intentionally just because I think it's funny. You know, if you really wanted to be a good driver, you can kind of get away with driving pretty fast and not hitting yourself, but where's the fun in that? I mean, look at this. It's so funny just to keep smashing your own back into me. It's like, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting like those what 5-year-olds do or whatever? You just keep hitting yourself. Except you literally are hitting yourself. I'm the only reason I'm getting hit. But it's fun. And you can also break the connection between the two vehicles with enough force. You just gotta basically drift the truck outside of the other truck's path so it hits something head on and it'll tear the two trucks apart. So I'm trying to do that real quickly. Oh no! It did it! But I flipped my tow truck over. But you can see the tow hook is just swinging there and sitting there because they have been disconnected. And now here's a good time to try something I honestly don't know what'll happen with. We're gonna try to pick up that truck while it's on its side. This is a very bad idea probably, but we're doing it anyways. So we're gonna lower the hook and then raise the hook. Okay, it caught. Can we lift it and rotate the truck back onto the upright? I just tore off the... Whoopsie! I did flip it upright though. I just also happened to tear it apart a little. Alright, let's try to get it again. See, this is why you kind of got to be careful about where you attach it to. And when you have a damaged vehicle, it's a little bit harder to get it to catch on the spot you would think. Like right here, it looks like it's going to hit the bumper, right? It didn't. So sometimes you just end up kind of wanting to get real close to it and making sure it kind of catches on the frame of the vehicle itself. Just because it's a little bit easier that way. Although again, it still didn't catch, so we'll just keep backing it up little by little. And it's a lot easier to do this with a manual transmission to be like precise when you back things up. But right now I'm in automatic mode, so I just gotta do the best I can. And it might also be that the tow hook itself is broken. Nope. I was about to say, I haven't seen that happen before, but maybe it could, but it didn't. We're good to go. I just had to grab it like right in the middle because nothing on the outer edge will catch because it's all busted up. But away we go! Let's try to flip both of them. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to flip them both on this next corner by cornering really fast and really hard. Oh! Almost made it until I beat up the truck I was carrying. I'll try it again on the next corner. Well, I've already flipped one of them. Just gotta flip the tow truck. It's kind of hard to flip it. There we go. That was a little bit more difficult than I expected. And I believe if I hit the right blinker, it will drop whatever vehicle it is carrying. I'm almost certain about that, but I'm not 100%. And, uh-oh. Get off me! Get off me! I'm just a tow truck! I think I should be separate here. Let's try towing it from the back. Since this whole time I've been towing it from the front, let's do it from the back. Although I can't get it in that angle Let's see, does it still drive enough? Yes, I can drive this to line it up with the tow truck. No issue with that. So we'll just put it like that. And I think I'm going to end up just tearing off the tailgate on this first try. And if that happens, I'll just hook it up again. Yeah, it looks like I got it on the bumper at least, so it might be secured. We're good! Away we go! Full speed ahead! Alright, let's flip this thing! Let's not. I changed my mind. Let's try to drive it in a way that doesn't flip it. My thoughts are arguing with each other. Either way, that's always a fun thing to do, is just tear it off like that. I like doing that. Can we drive it? Yes. We can just kind of pull it out of there, park it there, and then we can connect it up and keep driving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did the game freeze? I think so. That's kind of unfortunate. I was having fun just towing that thing around. Oh well. Let's get a new scenario going then. Let's say you got your fancy new drift car and you're like, I'm the drift master. So you went to the port to show off how good of a drifter you are because there's no traffic there. So you at least care for the safety of the people around you. Then you realize you don't really know how to drift. And, well, you pretty much wreck your car at this point because you can't control it anymore. So your only option now is to call up a tow truck to come and rescue you. This will be that tow truck. Let's go ahead and spawn it up and then take it over to the drift car. You'll notice I picked matching colors because this guy is so rich he has his own personal tow truck. And that means he crashes a lot of drift cars, by the way. A lot of drift cars. It's like an everyday occurrence. That's why he decided to invest in a tow truck. So let's go ahead and make sure the parking brake is on there. Yes, it is. So this is going to be a little interesting because it is so beat up on the back end. I'm not exactly sure where and if it'll catch on any piece. So we're just going to lower it right in the middle of the car basically and then raise it. And nothing caught there, so we could try to get a little more closer to the bumper area and see if we can get anything to catch there. Nothing there either. So this is kind of interesting. So maybe if we really just back up on it and then raise it, can we catch anything? No, this is a little difficult. This car does not want to be towed. Well, I guess we could tow it from the front if absolutely necessary, but right there is a good example of when you damage a car, it does become a little bit more difficult to tow it anywhere because sometimes the tow hook just doesn't want to catch up onto any part of the car properly. So let's instead try to tow it from here. And I know I'm crashing into it. I was trying to line up the car at a better angle. Didn't exactly work. Anyways, tow hook down a little bit forward, a little bit more forward. All right, tow hook up. There we go. Parking brakes off. And let's tow this thing around. We're going to try to drift it because this is the same dude who crashed the drift car. So he's like, I could drift this truck. Hey, he's drifting better when he's towing the car than when he was actually in it. Ha! How ironic is that? Some mean drifting, and I just realized I still have skid marks disabled from the last video I made. Whoopsies! It's actually kind of cool just to watch the... to me it is at least, where you just watch the cars kind of bouncing together because they're attached with that single hook. Did that get him disconnected? Sort of. I was hoping that would disconnect the car from the truck. Not quite, but very close. I ended up taking the bumper with me. And if I wanted to actually get rid of the bumper, though, as I said, you can just lower the tow hook and it'll drop whatever's attached to it, like that. How is this thing still able to drive to some extent? I think this thing is so beat up, that's impressive. But the tow truck, he's here. So you're figuring, you know what, why not use the tow truck? It's a convenience. So I gotta back this thing up a little more because I tore off the bumper, so I can't attach to the bumper anymore. I think I'm attaching to the hood. Yeah, I'm gonna tear off the hood here, I'm pretty sure. Yank it! You can tell it's attached to the hood because every time I slow down, it lifts up. I hear some precision towing right here. I want to get away from the water. Oh goodness, steering is hard. Steering is hard when your truck is carrying such a damaged car. Also, the truck's a little damaged, isn't it? It's fine. Another thing, when you're accelerating hard, you'll notice there's a lot of squat in the vehicle, which means the front wheels a lot of the time aren't on the ground, even when it looks like they are. Like right there, they weren't on the ground. So you could be steering, go left, and the car's not going to listen because it literally cannot go left. I'm honestly surprised the hood is held on. I'm trying to yank it off, but it's just staying on. Of course, the easiest way to yank things off is usually just to crash into something head on like I did with the bumper. So let's try to do that. Give me that hood. Oh, the tow hook broke instead. How disappointing. Good news is the tow truck somehow still drives. I'm not exactly sure how it could even drive with all that structural damage, but it does. So, hey, let's go for some more towing. Uh-oh, didn't catch on that one. Make sure it lowers all the way usually. And up. Maybe back it up a little bit more. It might be it's not getting low enough. I don't know. Nah, put the parking brake on. Back it up as much as possible. Just ram into it because it's so beat up already. I don't care. There we go. Good to go. Keep on towing. So now we have both a damaged tow truck and a damaged vehicle to tow. And it makes a lot more sense when you're towing a damaged vehicle. Yeah. You know, it's like, why were you towing a perfectly new vehicle on a tow truck? Yeah, I don't know. Why were you towing a damaged one? Because it's damaged. Why'd you flip over your tow truck? Because it was damaged. That's my excuse, at least. I think that's why it flipped over so easy there, is because the whole thing was kind of just weird. Like, the center of gravity was raised a ton because the whole back end was lifted up. And then, since most of the weight was on the back end, it just got worse and worse. Can this thing even drive still? Really? Like, this thing's full-on Back to the Futuring on the back wheels, and it still can accelerate through them. That is amazing. Alright, lower the hook. Grab something. Good to go. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's good to go. I think I just grabbed the engine. I'm literally pulling the engine. I'm gonna pull the engine out. That would be hilarious. You just rip the engine out of a car. There's actually a really cool video on YouTube where somebody does that with, I think it was like some old Volkswagen Golf. They literally rip the engine out of it while it's running. Pretty cool video. Come on, rip that engine. I actually am ripping the engine out. Or is that part of the suspension? I can't quite tell. It's so outlandishly stretched. I'm not sure. It might be part of the suspension, actually. Because I see the engine there and it looks mostly intact, but it could also be some of the additional parts of the engine and not just the block. I don't know. Alright, now I want to see if we can pull the wing off of the drift car using the tow truck. So that should be pretty easy to test out. We'll just put the drift car right there. And all I gotta do is bring the tow truck to the back end and see if we can get just the wing. Not any other part of the car. I want literally just the wing so I can hopefully tear it off. Because I know the wings aren't that strong and they're pretty easy to make them fall off normally. So I would think it'd be pretty easy just to tear it off if I wanted to. So we lower it and then raise the hook. Lower it, raise. Not quite working. There we go. Okay, we got the wing. So let's see. Parking brake's on this car. I'm going to leave it like that, and then we're going to try to tear it off when we accelerate. Here we go. Ha! Oh, that is awesome. I can't believe that worked. I wonder how strong this thing is. Can I tear off the trunk even? I mean, the wing is real easy to tear off, so that's not much of a challenge, but the trunk's a little stronger. I'll try it, though. Because I think it'll be fun. Oh, I think I got the actual car itself, not the trunk. Yeah, that's the car itself. That was not the goal. Drop it. So we bring it forward, raise it back up. Try it one more time. So you got to be careful when you pull it up. If you pull it up too late, it'll get the wrong part of the car. So you drop it, raise it. A little bit more forward. Drop it, raise it. Drop, up. There we go. That one's the trunk, I think. Yep. Oh, I'm pulling it off! Except that I have nowhere to go. Come on, trunk. You're coming with me. Come on! Ah, it's stuck. It's not as easy to pull this off as it is compared to the wing, which I'm now driving on. Even when I'm jiggling it about a lot, it's does a pretty good job of holding on. I want your car, trunk. Give it to me. Not happening. It was a good idea, but it ain't happening. It did some nice damage though to it. All that damage is from just hitting the car that was towing it. Here's another thing we could do that might be interesting. I want to try grabbing a car from the middle, and I mean like the actual middle of the car. So I'm going to get this at least as close as I possibly can, and we're going to back into it like this. I'm going to actually probably hit it a little bit, but I don't care because I'm going to wreck it up probably anyways. So we can lower the hook. And let's see if it catches on anything. Alright, looks like we got either the door or the roof. Either way, that should work. So away we go! Camera, what are you doing? Look forward. Alright. So yeah, this is how you ruin a suspension. That rear wheel already looks screwed up. Although I'm not really going as fast as I would want. Ow, ow. This car keeps hitting me. Alright, let's see if I can take it off of me now. Come on, get off of me. It's not what I meant to happen. Yeah, that is very awkward to do. So let's stop doing that and let's go to a different map instead. Let's go ahead and just head over to grid map. I'm curious. What if we tried to tow something significantly heavier than the tow truck, like a T-Series? Now, I don't think this is going to happen, but it's one of those things where I have to test it because it might. And I've been surprised before where I thought, oh, there's no way this will happen, and then it does work. This might be one of those situations, or it might not be. We'll be figuring it out really soon, though. After I get this thing lined up and ready to go. I think it's a little crooked still. I try to do it all in one motion. It's a little bit easier to do it in 2 takes, though, so you can really center this thing up as good as possible. All right, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So parking brakes on. Where's the hook, actually? There we go. Lower the hook. Raise the hook. Got the bumper. And... oh, man. I don't know about this one. It's literally pulling my whole truck. Well, let's just see what happens when we accelerate. I'm just going to floor it. The wheelie truck! That is impressive. Oh, now it's not impressive. I didn't have any control over that, mind you, except to hold the pedal to the floor because I couldn't steer. Because my front wheels were in the air. I mean, it worked out better than expected, but it's still kind of terrible. I'm surprised I had the power to pull it, to be honest. Now this is pulling, though. You just use the truck to pull along the tow truck. Aw, it snapped. Maybe what I could do is I'll attach the tow truck to the back of the regular truck and then pull it along like that, see if that works. Because it seems like the cable itself is more than strong enough for something like this. The only issue was the tow truck didn't have enough weight to it. Although another possible solution would be attaching the tow truck to a higher point on the H series. That might work. I don't know. Alright, so tow truck. Attach! Is there no good spot to attach it to back here? I'm trying to like get it on the right here kind of thing. There we go. Was the parking brake on? Get it off and go! That slows it down a little bit more than I expected. This is sketchy to drive. I think I need another set of wheels on my my truck. That's the issue there. But yeah, look at that. It's working. It's not exactly fast, but it is working. So that's definitely worth something. Now I have the question: how many tow trucks can a tow truck truck? Let's find out. So we need at least probably 3 tow trucks. Let's do 3 more tow trucks, I'm thinking. I mean, we could always spawn more later, but I'm pretty sure a chain of 4 tow trucks should be a pretty good number. And yes, the numbers I said are correct because I said 3 more. And 3 plus 1 is 4. I just taught you the most simple math you can possibly imagine. So there's 4 trucks all ready to go. Are they all different colors too? Good. I love my variety of colors. First things first, red truck gets the white truck. Lower the hook. Raise the hook. Truck acquired at a very awkward angle, I must add, but that's not too important. It just makes it more fun that way. I mean, I could get it all perfectly centered, but then it's not as fun. Like, it's fun when everything's about to tip over all the time to me. It's the drama, man. Get your heart rate going and stuff. 2 tow trucks. Well, actually not 2 trucks remaining, because you only need to attach 3 trucks, even though we have 4 of them. So I was counting that wrong. So this is the last truck to line up. There we go. Lower. Maybe back it up a little bit more. Perfect. There we go. Grab it. All right. It's tow trucking time. This is going to be interesting. Does everyone have their parking brake off? All right. Go. You can do it. It actually can do it. Oh, man. I can't imagine what stopping's going to be like, though. We're a train. Choo-choo. Oh, it broke. Oh, my goodness. The one in the back. He flipped over somehow. Well, that was a really short-lived test, but it was kind of fun. Let me assemble it again and we'll do another run. I decided for your convenience, you don't need to see the same thing twice, so we are attached up already, ready to go. And this time I made the strings longer so there's more slack in the lines, which I thought would be even more fun. And the way to do that, by the way, is just once it attaches to the other vehicle, stop the tow hook from pulling anymore. And then you could have like a really long tow hook, or tow rope like you're seeing here, on this chain of trucks that I'm currently driving. So I thought that was kind of cool to be able to do. It's not that big of a difference, but it is noticeable. Oh, it's too bumpy. Wait. We might be able to attach them back together right here. Okay, first this one. It's going to be attached at really awkward positions, but I have no care about the little details like that. That one's still attached. That one is nothing onto it. And this is the one that needs to be reattached to. Just grab something. Oh, grab the tire. Oh my goodness, this is going to be weird. It works! Ha ha! I don't know how it works, but it works. Alright, let's try stopping. Brakes! Brakes! It actually worked a lot better than I expected. Like, 4 cars were stopped right there and in a pretty reasonable distance. Assuming the speedometer was accurate. It was 20 miles per hour and we stopped quite fast. That was nice. Alright, I want to test something else. And I don't need 4 cars to do that probably. So I'm going to go ahead and switch up maps and go over to East Coast, USA. So now for here, I want to try towing some of the more unusual items like the traffic barrel. I think might be interesting to see. Can you pick things up that aren't vehicles with the tow hook? Now logically, I'm pretty sure you could, but it's always good to confirm things. Can never be 100% certain. Because it is a totally different object. It's not a car. I'm going to just try to... This one I might need to use the manual transmission. We'll see how I can do it with auto. There we go. Alright, so we lower it. Raise it. Ah, so you cannot pick up some of the more unusual non-vehicle things. For example, that one cannot be picked up. What about the metal box, for example? It's metal, just like a car, so maybe this one will work. We'll find out. And I'll make it a little easier on myself. I'll move the truck, so I just have to back it up. So you lower the tow hook. Oh, this is probably going to work. I see the tow hook already hitting the box. Raise it. No, not quite. Let me move it forward a little bit and then go back and then raise it. So it looks like the tow hook only seems to function on vehicles, is the conclusion I'm going to come to at this point. I could try other things, but I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe a mobile home could work, but I don't think I could pull that. That'd be way too heavy. If it can barely do a T-Series, it can't do a mobile home. It might actually work on the Titan. As strange as that sounds, the Titan's not that heavy, so it might be able to pull it along. So we're going to try that out on Grid Small Pure and see what happens. I know you're probably thinking, how can you possibly pull a plane when you can barely pull a big truck? And the answer to that is the plane is not nearly as heavy as the real plane it is based off of. So as long as I can hook it, I think it'll work. The question is just, can I hook it? Because it might be like the Cube, where if I put the hook right through the plane, it doesn't grab it. And if that's the case, well, nothing I can do about that. But if I can hook it up, I'm pretty sure it's actually light enough where I could pull it. And I think what I should do is put the parking brake on so it'll lower the plane, so it gets my my little hook to be in the best possible position to hopefully hook into this. So let me raise it up. Oops. Raise it up. It's not gonna hook it, really? Oh, that's too bad. Why not hook the plane? Yep, it just goes right through it, unfortunately. So that is a total bust. And that's so depressing, I want to go to a different map now. So I'm just going to pop over to Small Island, USA. I want to do something similar to the drift car I did earlier, where I just absolutely demolish a car and then try to tow it. But this time we're taking it to even more of an extreme. We're going to really total this thing. So like that, where it's basically flat at this point. And we're going to see if we can pick this up with a tow truck at all. And this one, I really don't know. Again, I have no idea what the outcome will be, which makes it a lot more fun when you just are wondering what's going to happen. It's a mystery. Alright, so lower the hook. Can we catch on anything? It looks like we did. Can we pull it along? Whoa, can't steer. Guess we're going down the hill. So yes, I can tow along even something that's been through sun gravity. That's pretty good. I mean, you're not going to get a car much more damage than this thing, and it's able to pull it along no issue, even through the sand. Although steering is definitely suffering here. I'm going full to the right, and it's taking a while. Hey, look, there's one of the dancing tires that go on like forever. Hello, dancing tire. How are you? Oh, he actually calmed down. I thought they went forever. There we go. There we go. And that gives me one more idea I wanted to test, actually. I want to see exactly what happens when you actually intentionally hook it to the wheel of a vehicle. I did that accidentally earlier, and it's kind of interesting that you could do that. So I want to see what happens if you try to drive it while it's like that. So I have to attach it to the rear wheel, which is actually kind of hard because of the location it's in. And the fact that this thing does not want to go and steer as quickly as I'm used to. Used to like a sports car, so I could whip it around. This thing is a truck, a tow truck, I mean, so it's not going to whip around as easy. I think I got it pretty close, though. I'll move it forward a bit, and then I think that's the best alignment I'm going to probably get out of it. So let's see. Hook it up. All right, so we have a wheel. Oh, it just came off. There we go. I think I might have hit the wrong button. So then what happens if we spin the wheel? Oh, it won't spin. The other wheel's getting all the spinning action. Fine, we'll do zero gravity then. Oh, it just flings it off. How disappointing. Oh well. Let's go ahead and we'll finish this up with one leap of death run, but I'm not going to bother with anything else because there's not that much about it that's interesting to look at for the crashes, except for the tow parts, which isn't that much. For some reason, I really want to have a cream truck for this. I don't know why. I just do. So we're going to use a cream truck. And we're only going to do this in real time and one run just because I don't feel there's much reason to be doing this in the first place except for tradition, because all we're looking at really is the tow parts, which doesn't really need a leap of death run unless you really want to. So I figured, you know what, we'll do one. Just one. And we'll see how it holds up and see if it functions afterwards or not. And that'll be it. And I'm sure there'll be more things you guys would want to see with the tow truck, so feel free to request it. And if there's enough requests, I could do another video for it. So there we are, finally at the bottom, and I will actually wait till we get to the bottom of the water and see if the tow can be lowered and raised still. Yep, works fine there. So that'll do it. Until next time, this is WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.